What is going on there, people? Well, I never thought this would actually happen, but I have to say, I agree with Barack Obama. Ugh, it hurts, but by God, when you got to, you got to. And I'm willing to on this situation. Let's get into it. Obama laid into young people being politically woke and as judgmental as possible in a speech about call-out culture. It seems that honestly, Barack Obama has been the only person on the left who is constantly calling out this woke culture, this outrage culture. I'm serious. I mean, as much as I hate to admit it too, he is. I mean, you can say what you want about his presidency because it was absolutely horrific, if you ask me. I mean, you got to think. Drone strikes on civilian populations all over the place. Yeah, our foreign policy was in just a mess. Domestic policy was so bad that he helped get his policies and everything helped get Trump elected. Yeah, Trump's the symptom. That's all that was. But I'm glad about that because President Trump has done some pretty incredible things. But I digress. Of course, I'm going to say that I'm pretty partisan on that front. But let's get into the story. Former President Barack Obama derided call-out culture in a speech at the Obama Foundation Summit on Tuesday, saying achieving real change was more complex than just being as judgmental as possible. The idea of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly, Obama told a crowd in Chicago. I agree. And I think most of us can happily agree to that. Most of us normal people can happily agree to that. He added, I do get a sense sometimes now among certain young people, and this is accelerated by social media, that the way of me making change is to be as judgmental as possible about other people, and that's enough. Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or use the wrong verb, then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man, did you see how woke I was? I called you out. We see that. Also, people literally are clamoring to be the first one to say the most woke thing possible. The most woke thing possible. And it's it's just obscene most of the times. The world is messy, the 44th president of the U.S. said. There are ambiguities, excuse me, my mouth hates saying that word. People who do really good stuff have flaws. People who you are fighting may love their kids and, share certain things with you. That's not activism, he concluded. That's not bringing about change. If all you're doing is casting stones, you are probably not going to get that far. Beautiful. I agree. And Barack Obama, to me, that may have been one of the most sensible things you have ever said. It was, and it's very needed at this moment. Leftist, not liberals, leftist. Heed his words. You're not making any friends. You're not changing people's minds. Sitting here running around acting like fools, bashing people on the heads because they don't agree with you, trying to silence people because you don't agree with them. That's not going to get you nowhere except, being labeled as a true fascist. And I know y'all are all about anti-fascism. Well, stop being the fascist. That's pretty simple. Stop being foolish. I don't know. Maybe get out of your little tribalist group. Get out of your comfort zone. You will find that the world is not, well, I won't say that the world is not a scary place, because the world indeed is a scary place, especially for a Westerner. But you will find that our country is not that bad of a place. I've been all over the place in this country, and I could say, some places are good, some places are crappy. But there's good people in all those places, whether they agree with me politically or not. But this is a good message. And like I said, I hate to have to agree with Barack Obama, but I will. Because I'm not a crazy person. And everything he said there made sense. You know, stop this. Stop it. It's pretty bad when some of the most outspoken critics of woke culture now are comedians. Comedians and conservatives. And I'm not going to say all conservatives, because I've been seeing an unsettling trend among some conservatives of trying to use woke-like tactics against the left. And don't do that. Don't do that. That's disgusting. Don't lower yourself to that level. Because I've seen people on the right try to be part of the call-out culture. Don't do that. Let's not do that unless it's something they need to, like, literally need to be called out on. Like a law was broken or there's something screwy going on that needs to be called out. Don't just call people out for their language and stuff like that unless it's serious. You know, and that goes for the left too. Chill out. Everyone chill out. Go outside. Go on a walk. Go fishing. Go climb a hill. Go climb a tree. Go do whatever you want. But just get away from the nonsense for just a little while. Take a day off during the week. Take, one day of the week. Just don't think about anything that bothers you. Just don't do it. Because you're most likely not going to see things that bother you, things that ideologically bother you in your normal day. You're just not going to see it unless you're finding it and trying to find it, you know. It's just, I love hearing him say that. Like I said, I don't like the guy, but I like the message he's putting forward, and I think I'm allowed to do that without too much criticism. I'm sure I will be criticized for agreeing with him, but those who want to criticize me for that should probably take a look at themselves in the mirror and see if it's worth. But I'd love to hear your comments, because this was, to me, like I said, a really good thing. Will it help? I don't know. I feel like the progressive left is almost too far gone in their own, smelling their own farts and enjoying it, you know? Reminds me of a South Park episode where they were talking about smog, and California had a big cloud of smug instead of smog. It was hilarious, and people would just run around sniffing their own farts for being woke, pretty much. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Check out that episode if you don't. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. Leave the comments, and I will catch you all on the flip side.